For a long time, I thought I'd achieved success, or at least was on my way to it. But behind closed doors, I was miserable. I was spending my days working on things that didn't light me up, buying things I didn't appreciate, and chasing roles that looked great on my CV but felt empty. I was performing, and the scary thing is, I didn't even realize I was doing it. We become so good at people pleasing that we go blind to ourselves, our wants, and our needs. The decisions we make are for friends, family, our bosses, society, or even acquaintances. Everyone except ourselves. And we see this behavior everywhere. Doctors, consultants, accountants who go into these career paths because they're good, stable jobs that society approves of. Women who quieten themselves because they're too loud or too much. People who ignore their passions and their interests because they're afraid to give it a go and fail. But the problem with performing is that it costs you your compass. The longer you do it, the more you lose touch with your own values. You don't even know how to answer the question, does this make me happy, anymore? So instead, you start asking, will this make me look successful to them? And then one day you wake up and you don't even know who you are anymore. So how do you actually stop performing? For me, it started with one single, tiny, uncomfortable no. And in that moment, I felt more empowered than I had in years. A few months after leaving a previous job, my manager messaged me asking for a favor. And my default reaction was to say yes. I wanted to keep up appearances, I wanted to be helpful, and I wanted to avoid any friction or discomfort. But as I sat with that decision, I felt a tight, heavy, uncomfortable knot in my stomach. Feeling of discontentment and not actually wanting to. And that was the first time I actually paid attention to my body and I listened to my intuition. So I didn't do the favor that I was dreading. I chose myself. And I could feel the adrenaline coursing through my body as I typed out the message to politely decline and hit send. But it was also the most empowering thing I've done. That one no was the first step to reclaiming my life. Now, have I relapsed and fallen back into people-pleasing tendencies? Many a time. But I proved to myself that I can stick up for what I want. And every time I did that, I felt more respected, more confident, and happier. I still feel the urge to perform, but now I can recognize that and make an informed decision. So if you're feeling that same heaviness of dread or obligation, I want you to try something this week. Look at your to-do list, your next big decision or scheduled plan, and ask yourself, if no one cared if I did this, would I still do it? If the answer is no, stop performing. Because with every decision you make that puts you first, you get closer to the true definition of success. A life that you live on your own terms, where you know what you want and you're on your way to getting it. But I know that's easier said than done. It's hard to know which risks are worth taking versus which are performance in disguise. In my next video, I break down the best and worst decisions I made in my 20s. I'm sharing exactly what I learned from the ones that were just for show versus the ones that actually built the life I have today. I'll see you there.